Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Alyssa, and today I need to talk to you about what I'm doing with my new eyeshadow project. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please keep watching. If you're new to my channel, then you might not know that I don't usually buy a lot of makeup anymore, especially not eyeshadow. I've been trying to rein it in, but sometimes life has other plans. So this year, a lot of my eyeshadows have been expiring because I really started getting more into like all the different eyeshadows again about 10 years ago now or so. And so, I bought some palettes, some of those expired, and now some more were expiring. And, it was time for me to get some new stuff. So a lot of what you're seeing here is from Sydney Grace, because they had this deal where you got this huge palette and it was all filled up with eyeshadows. And it was, I think with shipping, maybe it was like $60 or something like that. And so for all the different shades I got, it was, a really good deal. Before that, I had also gotten this palette, which is looking very well loved right now, from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. It was my first purchase from them. And this was supposed to kind of be my new neutral palette, which it is, and it's great, but I'd realized, for travel, I need to, have some singles. So hence these singles. And then for my birthday this summer, I was gifted another palette from them, the Sickly Sweet palette. So we have all these beautiful pastels. And then another birthday present was a gift certificate or card or whatever. It was online. So for Cleona Cosmetics. So I bought my first ever eyeshadows from them. And they haven't really been shown much on my channel yet. I did do a short with them, and they're getting used in looks. So, you'll be seeing them around. These, I have to decide, it's so late in the year. And so do I think that I can use them all 5 times before the end of the year? Maybe. But I do have a lot of other eyeshadows to use. So I am going to at least be trying to use them and get to know them, with my other eyeshadows. They have been nice to use with the Sydney Grace single, since these are pretty neutral, and then this can make a look more fun. So for now, this is not really part of the project. It's just, I want to try to make sure I am using it, and it is only 6 shades. So there we go. All right. Let's go to my Dollhouse palette just to show you. I don't actually have my paper in here anymore because they have all been used 5 times and then some. So that was my goal, and it was not actually as hard as I thought it would be. So yay for me. Another one that's kind of easy to talk about is my Sickly Sweet palette. This one for my deck of panning project, I was using all the eyeshadows in here 4 times each, or getting them up to 4 if they weren't already. And about half of them are now at 5 times each as well. So I've put this to the side for now because I was using it a lot and I don't have that many more uses to finish the 5. So actually I will be able to do this one. I didn't think I would, but I really love this. And so, yeah. I also would like to pair this with those Cleona eyeshadows because I think I could get some really pretty looks that way. All right, now my trouble children shadows here. My singles from Sydney Grace. So this is gonna look kind of a bit messy to show you what I've been doing. I also have my expand pans update here, so let me put that to the side. I started with, I was rolling in shades. I had them in rows in my palette over here. I was putting in, when I rolled them in, so I had started this in May. I was marking uses. When I rolled out you know, the shades when they got to the 5 uses. So you can see all those check marks. And I was trying to come on here, but it really was happening where it's like I'd have 1 or 2 shades that would roll out, and you know, I would want to just be able to keep going and not have to keep filming like a quick 2-minute video just to say like, these shades are done. Now I'm going to bring in these. I also decided, instead of just bringing in randomly, now that I've been making my way through, I was kind of preferring to pick colors based on like what I didn't already have. So for instance, right now, okay, so the Sydney Grace ones are in this, you know, new project type of thing. It's these and these 3 here. All right, and you know, so this shade is one that I would use on my lower lash line, and you know, I don't want to have a whole bunch that are just that, because then it means that I'm not going to be using them multiple times. It doesn't make sense. You know, so I want to be able to like, okay, well, here's like a kind of murky neutral shade, but cool tone. And here's like a lighter cool tone shade. And then here's if I want to go more pinky, and then like another kind of pink to go with it. I've got purples that could go with the pinks. You know, I was trying to like, you know, have like some of these warm tones that go together. So I was trying to, you know, bring in eyeshadows that give me some variety, and you know, that's been good. I've also been using these singles in other palettes that I've been making, so that's where I started to get a little bit lost, I guess, because like for instance down here, I just realized I was like kind of going through and sorting everything out, and I'm like, wait a second, 47, I already had that up here and it was done, and so I had been using it extra times that I didn't need to. So I don't know what happened there. I mean, other than the fact that some of these shades you can see are kind of similar, so it's, you know, I might be like, oh, well, didn't I just use that brown? Oh, it's probably just that I was thinking of the other brown, you know, so. Oh my goodness, I'm watching this in my editing and I noticed, hold on, do I have 15 written in my notebook twice? Did I do this again? So I had to run upstairs and double check, and sure enough, the orange shade that I've been using, I had it in at the start, rolled it out in the middle of July, and then brought it back in at the end of July. So again, extra uses, didn't need it. It's not necessarily a favorite eyeshadow color of mine to wear, but oh my goodness. So I am fixing that. If you happen to have noticed any other mistakes, then you can feel free to let me know in a comment, because I don't know. And I'm guessing part of this is, you know, I was rolling things in, and that's also why I'm now just kind of picking shades from what is left and, you know, just doing it that way. So I don't know. This one was not, you know, misnumbered or anything. I had on there twice. So, all right, back to the video, you know. So, also, when I first started this, I had certain ones picked to replace an old palette of mine, and I was all, oh, I'm not going to count them on here. But then I decided it would be a good idea to count them on here, because I want to make sure I was actually using each of those shades. Well, that meant that I kind of ran out of room here. It was also getting confusing about which ones have been rolled in and not, because so many have either been rolled in, or like you have like some like this where it's like if I've used something for like a project or just for fun, then I'm, you know, like putting them on here and putting I used it, but I didn't like roll it in yet, so it's not like in my palette. It's just maybe still in the big one. And so yeah, I did make, you know, this should be all the rest of the shades then, if I did this correctly. But I went through and took inventory of all the eyeshadows, and I believe I've gone through all of them. And so like these are the ones that have not been rolled in yet. So like this one got crossed out because I did just put it in. And so I was trying to, you know, kind of fix up things. Oh, I also had a problem because I realized this eyeshadow, right? No. Well, that one is kind of a bonus one. It was a whole thing. Wait a minute. This one, the green. I was spent so long trying to find eyeshadow number 33 because I'd had these in the order they came in, like in the palette, and I numbered them. And then I'm like, wait, I want to have them in like a better order for myself. And so then I gave them a new number. This one, I don't know what the other number I had on here was for. That was not correct at all. And so this was the 33. And I found it out because I went back to my original video and I'm like, which eyeshadow was here? Why am I missing one? It should be something green. And I would look at this one. I would look, oh, there we go. I would look at, some, and none of them said 33, but that one is supposed to be 33. So I fixed it. When I got the Sydney Grace singles, I had 56. There were 54 in the palette and then 2 freebies that they gave me as well. And I have finished with all 5 uses 23 of those 56. So I still have, 33 more to go. But some of them are quite close and they've been in this palette for a while. So like, for example, this one, I'm at 3 uses and it's from May. And this one is at 4 uses from May, 3 uses from May. So I need to, roll some more of these out, get them used, and really focus on this. I've been trying to work on like all of my eyeshadows this year, and I've done all of those. I just have that new Sickly Sweet one, which is basically almost done. And then I have, a level up project that I've been doing and my seasonal project. It's like I've got stuff. So I'm trying to make sure that I am using everything, and it can be a challenge, but this is still for fun. And so, it's a fun challenge to get myself to use everything. So I don't know if I will finish being able to use these singles 5 times by the end of the year, but I do have a goal that I would like to use all of them at least once. So if I can kind of somehow do that, that might be a little tricky with how I'm doing it, but that would be a nice goal, I think, to make sure I've kind of used them at some point before next year. So I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you do. If you like panning content and watching people do this, then you might want to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you for watching. Until the next video, I hope that you will be doing well, and I will see you then. Bye!